Please rise, join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, moment of silence or prayer, whichever is your choice. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, we have a new system today and new microphones and everything. So I hope if we leave our masks on, you can hear us better than you did before. If you can't out there in online land, put a message up and Bo will let us know to talk louder. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of November 9th?
So move. I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve appropriations ordinance number 46?
I move we approve ordinance number 46.
Second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Declare the public input session open for any items not on the agenda. Seeing none, I'll ask if there's anything online. Nothing online. Is there anything on the bench? Nothing on the bench either. I'd like to have a link put up. There was a presentation made at Countryside Covenant Church on Saturday on COVID-19 by Dr. Gorman, local medical chief of staff and medical officer for the health department, and also Erica Seltzer, who is PA at the urgent care. Urgent care has been responsible for doing much of the testing locally that is overwhelmed the health department. And so a lot of those are being done at urgent care. They have a process. They work really well. There is, for those of you that are worried about religious emphasis, there's little, if any, religious emphasis, but it is a good presentation. It defines, as they go along, the difference between quarantine and isolation. They are advocates of masks, but they're also advocates of social distancing. So it lasts a little over an hour. It will be up on the city site. It will also be up on the hub site. And it is good to just walk through the information and what they have to do to test and where they're at. It also gives some ideas on different things. The one I will share with you this morning is if you are vitamin D deficient, you are more susceptible to getting COVID, they found, than if your deal is up. Some of the medications for older people seem to me to eat their vitamin D. Maybe one of the reasons why 28-30% of older people make up our category of positive cases. But anyway, you can take 1,000 units once a day, and that will solve any deficiency. And so it may be worth a try in what we do. The other thing is that we are making a more concerted effort. In the beginning, we were informed of clusters. Lately, we have not been informed of clusters. We do have one that we are going to work to decontaminate. We have the ability in the McPherson Fire Department to decontaminate now. Through the Sparks funds, we bought 2 machines, we bought the chemical. The only thing, we will not do a residential house, but we will do other not-for-profits and for-profit businesses to decontaminate them. The only thing that we are asking is that you pay for the amount of chemical used so that we can replace it to keep on going. And otherwise, we're doing that. The labor is all part of the regular fire department. If we start getting some of those done in McPherson, we will be better off. And so I don't know why we got a gap there, but we did. So have reached out and communicated, so we will do what we can do. But if you have a cluster, you can contact Chief Weisman at the fire department. If you contact the health department, you have a cluster, ask the health department to contact us. But one way or the other, we are willing to decontaminate those kinds of facilities.
And those are for known exposures.
Those are for known exposures. They are not for preventative measure. Otherwise, we do not have the manpower or the chemical to stay up with this thing, particularly the manpower. Okay? All right. With that, I'll declare the public input session closed. And is there a motion to approve the agenda as distributed?
So moved. Second.
All
Just
those
to,
in favor?
go ahead.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Just a note, we've, from the Friday agenda, we've taken off, we've moved to several items. There was originally supposed to be a meeting on Wednesday. That's been postponed at this point on the housing, on low-income housing. And then the other thing that I'd point out is that a stormwater ordinance that was out there on Friday, we're moving it to a later date as well. So
Yeah, that's ordinance number 3346.
Okay, the next item is Water System Revenue Bond Series 2021A. And I don't know, do either one of you want to present something? Calling Tim Meyer.
Good morning, Mayor and Commissioners.
Morning.
I'm here this morning is really as a follow-up to a request that we made on October 26th, asking the City Commission to authorize the South Wellfield project. And again, it's a project where we're trying to expand our well field and provide a long-term water supply for McPherson. Our board had a special meeting last Friday with our financial advisor, Dave Arterberry, with Stiefel Nicholas, to review financing for this project as well as refunding some outstanding bonds. Given the low interest rates, we'd still like to proceed with that. Our board passed a resolution essentially asking the City Commission to issue bonds, and that's really what I'm here for today. For the South Wellfield, project, the cost for that is $27.62 million. When we add the debt reserve to that, it'd be $29.75 million. And then we also have some outstanding debt. And again, given the low interest rate, we'd like to refinance that as well. We'd like to refinance $5.9 million worth of outstanding debt. We won't have to borrow quite that much because we'll be able to pay some off with the bond reserve that we have. So the total bonds that we'd like to receive authorization to get is $35.5 million. Again, I do want to point out that these bonds are not backed by taxes. These are revenue type bonds, and they're only backed by the revenue of the water utility. So I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Yeah,
Or
anybody have a question for Tim?
I don't know.
All right. Okay, I'd like to move to adopt resolution 20-13, a resolution authorizing the offering for sale of water system revenue refunding and improvement bonds, series 2021A of the city of McPherson, Kansas, and authorize the mayor and other city representatives to sign the resolution and all necessary documents to complete and finalize the sale.
I'll second that.
Okay, are there any other questions or thoughts that you have before a vote? We've had this before us 2 times. You've had paper, so I'm not going to be surprised if there are no questions.
And this just authorizes the sale, and the sale will happen in mid-December.
correct. And so,
So you'll have to come back and there'll be another,
yeah, the schedule is I'll be back on the 21st of December. and then the bonds will be issued at that time. So by that
Okay.
time, we'll get the bids back.
I guess my only question on that, this was going to be a 2021.
Yep.
And now with our bond issue already this year,
They won't close till January
Yeah,
of
they will close in
2021.
Yeah,
January. Okay, all
This
right.
just-
I'm okay.
Yeah.
So it's still a
It's
2021.
a
Okay,
2021
I was
issue.
asking
Yeah,
that
no.
because you're over the
It's-
$10,000 bank qualified, but the other side of it is I didn't want to get knocked out of what we already did.
Yeah, by that
good.
time, we will have received the bids. We'll have a hard number.
Okay, and then January 1, at
Right.
your end of your New Year's Eve party, you'll go.
Yeah, it's yeah, they're 2021 bonds.
Okay.
Okay,
Good.
all right. Okay, been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
All right.
Aye. You're in business.
Thank you.
Hope the market stays low.
Yes.
Okay, I want to call on Ryan Rank, Building Inspection Report.
Morning.
Morning, Ryan.
So I have your building inspection report for the month of October 2020. Residential units, which are new construction, are actually even for the year. Residential additions and remodels are down 12%. And residential other, which is your general maintenance, water heaters, roofing permits, are down 22%. Commercial new permits are up 38%. Commercial additions and remodels are down 13%. And the total of all permits are down 25%. We're still quite a bit down on the cost of construction this year. Over the 3-year average, there just hasn't been any of those huge tick items like there had been in the last couple of years. We have issued 371 permits this year compared to sorry, my glasses are fogging up. I can't see anything.
494.
494. So we're still a little bit down there, but we're trending up at least at this point. We have conducted 487 inspections this year as compared to 669 this time last year. Just some project updates, Piping Technology, building a new office building. They've got a lot of the dirt work done. Anything past that, it's kind of not happened yet. Edinburgh Manor, they're building 2 storm shelters, which they have completed other than the roofs. They still got to do a little work there. And then they're going to be remodeling every unit to comply ADA compliance. So they're moving along there. Johns Manville still on the footings and foundation stage. They're doing a lot of concrete out there. Other than that, you won't really see much. Ware Technology, their building is done. They don't have a certificate of occupancy yet, but should be any time. The Dollar Tree, which is over there between Applebee's and the old Aaron's building, they started doing some dirt work out there. They got their erosion control up, and we should see some concrete going on over there here shortly. And then that's all I've got unless there's any questions.
I think so.
All right,
Good
thank
job,
you.
Ryan.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, municipal court. I think I'd like to change the name matters after everybody's report to items. Matters has taken on a different meaning in the last few months.
The one item I have for you is we received our annual invoice for the software license fees and support for the municipal court accounting software, in the amount of $3,669.72. And this is an annual budget item, so we're just requesting approval to pay that.
Okay, I'll move to approve payment to G-Works for an annual software licensing and support for the municipal court for an amount not to exceed $3,669.72.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, we're down to the fire department items.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning.
Several items for you this morning. The first one, Hutchinson Clinic conducted our annual physicals for the fire department. These physicals are required for OSHA 29 CFR 1910-120 and must be completed annually. We're requesting a motion to pay the payment to Hutchinson Clinic for the amount not to exceed $9,506.
I'll move to approve payment to Hutchinson Clinic for Fire Department annual physicals for an amount not to exceed $9,506.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those were done COVID-free.
So are those physicals done here? Or do they have to
They
go?
are done here. At
Okay.
Hutchinson Clinic.
Thank you.
The city of McPherson Fire Department is restoring a 1928 American LaFrance. All funds utilized for this restoration project are donated funds, not tax dollars. Tim Unruh submitted a bill for labor for part of the restoration. He's currently reassembling the engine and disassembling steering column for the plating process and rebuilding the rims for the tires. We're requesting a motion to approve payment to Tim Unruh for $900 for restoration for the 1928 American LaFrance fire truck.
I'll move to approve payment to Tim Unruh for labor associated with restoration of 1928 American LaFrance fire truck for an amount not to exceed $900.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I would add that anybody who wishes to contribute to that restoration project can contact Tim Unruh or myself at the fire department. We appreciate it. The next item is the acceptance of a $4,000 donations from Firemaster for a restoration of the 1928 American LaFrance.
I'll move to accept the donation for $4,000 from Firemaster for restoration 1928 American LaFrance fire truck.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Would
I know that
please-
you
would-
mention this every time this comes up, but just mention it again, that these are not tax dollars going into this.
That's correct. None of this utilizes is tax dollars. This is all donations or somebody has contributed their labor or services to restoring this truck.
Thank you.
Tell them not to blow the sirens during your presentation. Police matters, Chief Golden.
Morning, Mayor, Commissioners.
Morning.
I have a motion to approve making a conditional job offer to Drew Worth for the position of patrol officer pending successful pre-employment requirements effective November 30th, 2020.
I'll move to approve making a conditional job offer to Drew Worth for the position of patrol officer pending successful pre-employment requirements effective November 30th, 2020.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Good to have
Anybody
local
interested in?
person apply.
He is local, and if anybody's interested, there's still 2 openings. The second item I have is motion to accept the resignations of Della Keough effective November 13th, 2020, and Joe Cappuccino effective November 20th, 2020, both as school crossing guards, and to continue the hiring process for crossing guards. As always, we have openings for this position.
I'll move to accept the resignations of Della Keough effective 11/13/2020 and Joe Cappuccino effective 11/20/2020, both school crossing guards, and to continue the hiring process for crossing guards.
I second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye. So we cover this with officers, is that correct?
When we don't have the staff, officers are taken off the street to work the crossing guards,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So it's a great opportunity for college or, we go around the community asking anybody who's interested, free time. I mean, it's $12 an hour. We also need a VIN inspector and we need 2 more police officers. So there's jobs.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we're down to Justin Walker, Public Works Report.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning, Justin.
We have a few items for you this morning. First one is the 2021 flag schedule. Attached as a proposed schedule. We'd like to put the flags up on the last working day before the event or the holiday and take them down the first working day after the event or the holiday.
Okay, I move to approve the 2021 flag schedule as presented.
I'll second it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next item is repair to emergency generator at lift station number 8 to Cummins Sales and Service. We recently run in and discovered that mice had gotten into the wires of the emergency generator at lift station 8. They damaged 4 control relays and 1 control circuit board. We received a quote from Cummins out of Wichita for the needed repairs in the amount of $2,176.81. And then to mitigate, we have also baited and set traps at the other lift station.
Good. I move to approve payment to Cummings Sale and Service Wichita for repairs to the emergency generator at lift station number 8 for an amount not to exceed $2,176.81.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The next item is a change order number 1 for the Grimes and Anna Street reconstruction to Alfred Benish on the inspection contract. The March 11th, 2019 commission approved $399,150 for an inspection service for the Grimes and Anna Street reconstruction project. The project is now complete and we have received a final invoice. The final inspection costs for the project were $301,996.48, which was actually a contract reduction of $97,153.52.
I move that we approve change order number 1, Alfred Benish Company Incorporated for the inspection services for the Grimes Anna Street reconstruction project for a contract reduction of $97,153.52 and authorize the mayor to sign that change order.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then we have some updates here. So on the whole area drainage project, we're down to one last item on the final punch list. It's the touch-up paint of some of the handrails that were scuffed at the very end, and they're just waiting for, I think, warmer weather, and it's all on the company to paint them. So we'll hopefully get that knocked out soon.
Is that an oil-based paint? Is that why they're waiting?
I'm not for sure.
Okay.
It was all in the handrail company's
Okay.
court there, so I'm not sure what's going on. I got with Wade last Friday and asked him, let's keep on this and get this done because
I know it's
that
been on
project's
there for
done.
about
It
the
needs
last 3
final.
weeks, and I just wondered what kind of temperatures you're waiting. Yeah, it's going to be warmer this week.
Yeah. So the next one is the reconstruction of the 800 block of North Wheeler. The street department has Wheeler closed between First and Anna Streets. The new curb and gutter has been placed. Most of the driveways have been placed and should be finished today. The roadway will start to be filled up with the asphalt millings and compacted today and this week.
Good.
So that one's winding down and should be getting very close to done. And then Bull Creek drainage study. We'd like to remind everybody that data collection has started on the Bull Creek drainage study on the western part of the city. The data collection continues for probably a couple more weeks. The city of McPherson has partnered with Alfred Benish and Company and Tehama Technologies to perform the study. The study was made possible with a grant from the Army Corps of Engineers. You may see vehicles and employees with either Tehama or a Benish logo going around the city collecting data in this area. And then this is just a road projects update on the website. The weekly construction updates and road closures and detours and planned road closures and detours are available on the website at mcpcity.com.
Good. Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Jason.
I'd just like to remind everybody, he said it in his report, but if you have people walking around, driving around in areas that you don't normally see vehicles, they hopefully have the name on the side of the vehicles, and they wear badges or wear some kind of clothing that has the name on it, and they're here doing a study for the Corps of Engineers. So just remind everybody. Thank you.
Okay. Call on Nick Gregory for the administrative report.
The first item I have for you today is consideration of approval of board docs, which is what you in the audience that's out there are seeing up front in you, this is our electronic agenda software that we have. We received annual invoice for maintenance and support for board docs for the 2021 year for an amount not to exceed $7,000. This is the same as what it was the last time we renewed this. So it's that $7,000 has stayed the same.
I'll make a motion to approve payment to Diligent Corporation for the annual renewal of Board Docs Pro maintenance and support for an amount not to exceed $7,000.
I second that motion.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
There are several wage considerations, or just one wage consideration, and that's Drew Worth at the police department, the new police officer that you guys authorized today, starting at $19.91 per hour, effective November 30th, 2020.
I move we approve the wages.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
There's just one consideration for enhanced cereal malt beverage license, and that is the Village Geek for consumption on premises with conditional allowed hours of consumption. And this would be only for sale of cereal malt beverage during normal business hours, except between the hours of 11 p.m. and close time on Fridays through 12 p.m. on Saturdays, and between the hours of 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Mondays through Fridays. So that was, you'll remember when we issued this last time, there were some limited hours that you requested to be associated with that. And that will stay the same. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, to my knowledge, although I should point out that I am not currently an owner of the company. But yes, that sounds about right. I remember.
I move that we approve the enhanced CMB license with conditional hours of consumption.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, I'd like to move to recess the city commission meeting and then go into study session. Is there a second?
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're back in session for the city commission meeting, and I'd like to call on Tammy Seeley to again go over our proposed benefits from the city, not from federal government or
Right.
anything else, but from the city.
Right. So I ask,
And this is for city employees.
correct. So just a motion to approve the interim city COVID-19 emergency leave policy that was presented to you, which allows for people that have already used the federal emergency paid sick leave of 80 hours to then use their sick time that they have available. And then if they run out of that and they still need to have paid, they still are off so that they don't have to go unpaid, this additional 80 hours would kick in for them. And we'd like to retroactive it back, go back to 11/1, November 1st.
I would like to move that we pass the retroactive COVID leave policy for the city as explained and have an effective date of November 1, 2020.
Just, is there any kind of a number on that? Is there anything you can go back and reference, I guess, as far as what the number is that we go by? Like we have ordinance numbers and so on?
This is just going to be a policy that'll go, I'll get it out to all the employees. It'll
Okay.
Go in their
So
city.
it's a
employee-
policy number, it's a policy.
Policy, it's
then
not an
Going to
ordinance.
be.
Yep, it'll
Okay.
just be a policy that each,
So will
employee
that
will-
have a date on it that it stops?
we'll revisit in December 30th and see what the federal government does. depending on how long
If-
this goes.
If you actually read it, it talks about December
Okay.
30th unless you
All right,
decide to
that's
extend it.
fine.
All right.
So I think
fine.
we'll go with it for now, and then
Yeah.
we can revisit as December comes upon us and see.
This is really a 60-day policy.
Right, okay.
After that,
That's-
we have to reevaluate.
That's what I wanted to hear.
And it
Right.
does have interim on it, just so that it's just for this, interim period here to kind of help people get through the end of the year.
I second that motion.
Okay, further discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. I know it'll help some people out.
Thank you.
Okay, that was the only item that I had. Do you have? Okay, well, it's the first time in 8 months the city attorney and I agree.
On that
Mark it
specific
down.
issue.
He's kept me out of jail for 11 and a half years. I'm not a rules person, in case you haven't noticed. Anyway, anything else? Okay, I move to adjourn the city commission meeting.
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.